The Sugar Diet Explained in 5 minutes. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, I want to talk about this thing that's caught fire, at least on my social media. You know how the algorithm does that to you, but the sugar diet, sugar fasting, the idea of sugar being a benefit to your fat loss and body composition goals. And so the reason that I think this is catching on is because the nature of nutrition is extreme. Why do people get caught up with extreme diets? Why do people jump from fasting to carnivore to, keto to maybe now it's the sugar diet? Maybe that's the new trend. And what can we do to, kind of circumvent this or, avoid the problems that can be associated with it? So extreme dieting, things like the sugar diet, come from the idea that we're in a bad place. We want to get from point A to point B. What can I do to help you? That's what this audience is all for. That's why I'm here to help you guys. That's why I've been making videos for 18 years. You are here, you want to get here. I myself have been here, gotten here, and helped thousands of people do the same. So today I want to help you guys and understand why the sugar diet works. First things first, I've never demonized sugar, and I'm not going to do that in this video. And the people that are popularizing it, they put out a lot of great content about nutrition and training. And specifically, the reason that their videos reach people, Cole has a very aggressive message, right? And I've seen his videos. For those that aren't familiar, years ago, he was all about the snake diet, which was extreme long fasting with some type of mineral water. But his message was, you need to change who you are to get from here to here. And so that was the point. And for him, that vehicle at that time was an extreme fast. Mark Bell, years ago, had videos called The War on Carbs. Then he later switched to the carnivore diet. Now he is on a sugar diet where he is eating all sugar, fruits, very low protein, very low fats. And so Mark is another person who has a fantastic audience, puts out fantastic content, and is himself willing to try new things. But the idea of sugar being a problem was proposed a while ago by people like Dr. Jason Fung, who said that sugar spikes your insulin. Insulin is the fat storage hormone. This is a very flawed way of thinking because insulin is not a fat storage hormone. It's a storage hormone. It also helps build muscle. In fact, if you look up insulin, it's actually considered anabolic. That's right, helps you build muscle. So if you're using sugar as the scapegoat for what has been considered the obesity epidemic, you'll notice that sugar consumption in this graph has severely been restricted over the last few decades, and yet obesity has continued to rise. Why? Because it's not sugar that's the problem. It's the excess of calories that we're taking in and the decrease of activity that we are doing. So how do we resolve this? Well, one way is to take an extreme approach to dieting like the sugar diet, where you take in mostly just sugar, but you avoid other macronutrients, specifically fat. Why fat? Fat is very high in calories. It actually has more than twice as much calories as the same grams in carbohydrates. So when you are completely eliminating one macronutrient group, war on carbs, carnivore, keto, and now sugar diet, which is a complete 180, I guess the next diet will be like the zero protein diet. When you eliminate one thing, you give yourself a set of rules. This set of rules allows you to go through your day and make changes. That's why fasting was so important, because when people started fasting, they said, wow, I'm getting all these benefits because I'm fasting. No, you were getting the benefits because you were restricting calories and you were losing body fat. That's where the real value comes in from weight loss. It's not the vehicle that you use to lose the weight. It's that you are losing weight and that you are making changes. You are not eating in a caloric surplus. And so I'm not against sugar. I'm not against the sugar diet. Really, my opposition comes down to this. My message is one of understanding that all macronutrients are valuable. Protein, obviously. Fats, obviously. Carbohydrates, obviously. And you got to look where the message is coming from. If someone is taking steroids and they're talking about a sugar diet, well, they're getting the benefits of not needing fat because they're taking in exogenous hormones. Our bodies don't produce exogenous hormones, okay? We make our own hormones, and a lot of that comes down to the intake of fat. So if you completely remove fat from your diet or have your fat too low, you know, for men, probably below 50 grams, for women, below 40 grams per day, you're gonna impair production of hormones. So just be aware. The sugar diet is here. Let's talk about it. Let me know your questions below. But yeah, I love me some Pop-Tarts and I love me some steak. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.